for our listeners?
I think what's most fascinating is how something as seemingly small as lash extensions can reflect broader cultural shifts and personal desires. They're like tiny mirrors to society, reflecting our evolving ideas about beauty, self-expression, and sustainability.
It's incredible how these tiny lashes are holding up a mirror to society. But it's also true that this is just the beginning. What do you think the future holds for lash extensions?
Well, that's a great question. Will we see even bolder, more avant-garde looks? Will sustainability become the industry standard? Will technology revolutionize lash application? Only time will tell. But I'm incredibly curious to see where this all goes.
It's exciting to think about. Now, just to recap everything we've learned today, we talked about the three main types of lash extensions: classic, volume, and hybrid. Each offers a different level of fullness and drama.
Right, and we saw how those preferences can vary across the country. Who would have thought that lash styles could be so geographically diverse?
We also dove into the essential do's and don'ts of lash care, emphasizing the importance of avoiding oil-based products, cleaning your lashes regularly, and opting for professional removals and touch-ups.
And we can't forget the importance of finding a skilled and reputable lash technician.
Absolutely. They can guide you through the whole process and make sure you get a look that you'll love.
Then we took a peek into the future, exploring those emerging trends, like sustainable lash products, customized lash mapping, and textured lash looks. These trends seem to be pushing the boundaries of creativity and self-expression, and I'm excited to see what innovations come next.
It's clear that the world of lash extensions is constantly evolving, with new trends, techniques, and possibilities emerging all the time. Now, before we say goodbye, I want to leave our listener with one final thought-provoking question. If lash extensions, this tiny detail on our faces, can become a canvas for such creativity and individuality, what does that mean for the future of beauty and self-expression as a whole?
Wow, that's a profound question. It makes me think about how we're moving beyond those narrow, often unattainable beauty standards that have dominated for so long. If something as small as lashes can be used to express such a range of individual styles, then what does that mean for all other aspects of beauty?
It really makes you wonder if we're shifting toward a future where self-expression trumps conformity, and where individual beauty is truly celebrated.
I think we are. And it's exciting to think about how this shift might extend to all areas of life.
It's like a ripple effect. If you feel confident and empowered in your appearance, that can translate to greater confidence in all other aspects of your life.
Exactly. It's about owning your unique beauty, whatever that may look like to you. And if lash extensions can play a role in that journey of self-discovery and self-love, then that's pretty amazing.
It is. It's almost like these tiny lashes are helping to spark a bigger conversation about beauty, individuality, and self-acceptance.
I love that. It shows that even the smallest details can have a big impact.
Well, on that note, I think it's time to wrap up our deep dive into the fascinating world of lash extensions. We've covered a lot of ground today, from those basic styles and regional trends to the essential care tips and those exciting emerging trends.
We've certainly had a lot to talk about. Hopefully you're feeling informed, maybe even a little inspired to explore the world of lash extensions.
You might not be ready to rock those bright pink lashes in Miami, but hey, maybe you're feeling a little bolder and want to try something new with your look.
And remember, no matter what style you choose, the most important accessory is always confidence and self-love.
Beautifully said. So until next time, keep those lashes fabulous and keep exploring what makes you uniquely you.
Right, she was talking about how it's super important to clean your lash extensions regularly.
Okay, so that makes sense. You don't want them getting all gunked up.
Exactly. And she even mentioned something about lash mites.
Lash mites? What are those?
Basically, they're these tiny little microscopic creatures that can live in our eyelashes.
Oh, that sounds a little creepy.
I know, right? But don't worry, they're usually harmless.
Okay, that's good to know.
But if you're not careful about cleaning your lashes, they can multiply and start causing problems like irritation or even infection.
So that's why cleaning is so important.
Exactly. You got to keep those lashes clean.
Okay, got it. What about removing the extensions when it's time to say goodbye?
That's where it gets tricky, because both Emily and Sophia were really adamant about not doing DIY removals.
Yeah, they made that very clear.
Like super clear.
Yeah.
They said it can really damage your natural lashes.
Okay, so no matter how tempting it is to just try to peel them off yourself,
Don't do it.
resist the urge.
Seriously. It's so much better to go to a professional and have them remove safely.
Got it. Professional removals are a must. Okay, so besides cleaning and professional removals, any other tips for keeping those lashes looking their best?
Yeah, both Emily and Sophia mentioned the importance of regular touch-ups.
Makes sense. Those extensions aren't going to last forever.
Nope. Our natural lashes shed and new ones grow in, so you need to go back and get those extensions filled in.
So how often do you usually need touch-ups?
It depends, but usually every 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay, so it's kind of like getting your roots done, but for your lashes.
Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly. What are the lash serums? Have you ever used those?
I've heard of them, but I'm not really sure what they do.
Some lash serums can actually help condition and strengthen your natural lashes, which can be beneficial if you're getting extensions regularly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they can help keep your natural lashes healthy.
Exactly. But it's really important to choose a serum that's specifically formulated for use with extensions.
So do your research.
Yes,
Yep.
definitely. And talk to your lash technician. They can probably recommend a good one.
Okay, great advice. Now, the notes from the other podcast also included a couple of listener questions, and I thought they were really good ones. The first one was, how do I know which lash style is right for me?
That's a classic question.
Ugh.
And honestly, it depends on so many factors like your personal style, your eye shape, your lifestyle, and even the health of your natural lashes.
So there's no easy answer.
Not really,
Yeah,
but that's where a good lash technician comes in.
right. They can kind of assess all those things and make some recommendations.
Exactly. They can guide you in the right direction.
It's like finding the perfect haircut. You want someone who understands your vision and your features.
I love that analogy.
Okay.
Okay, so the second listener question was about safety, specifically for people with sensitive eyes.
Yeah, that is a valid concern.
Totally. And Emily's advice was to always communicate any sensitivities you have to your lash technician.
Right, like if you have any allergies or anything.
Exactly. They should be using hypoallergenic glue, and they should also be willing to do a patch test.
Yeah, a patch test is a good idea just to make sure you don't have any reactions.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's always better to be safe than sorry.
Okay, so we've talked about aftercare, but now let's take a peek into the future of lash extensions. What trends do you see on the horizon?
Oh, I'm excited about this part.
Me too. So Emily and Sophia mentioned a couple of trends for 2024 that I thought were really interesting.
Okay, I'm all ears.
The first one was sustainable lash products and practices.
Oh, that's amazing. Sustainability is becoming so important in every industry.
It really is. And it's exciting to see that the lash industry is embracing it too.
Totally. So what kind of sustainable products are we talking about?
Well, Emily mentioned that some brands are starting to use more eco-friendly materials like biodegradable lash fibers.
Oh, wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, and they're also using plant-based ingredients in their lash adhesives and other products.
That's awesome. So it's not just about the materials themselves, it's also about the sourcing and manufacturing processes.
Exactly. It's about looking at the entire life cycle of the product and making sure that it's as environmentally friendly as possible.
And what about sustainable practices in salons?
Yeah, Sophia mentioned that more and more salons are adopting eco-friendly practices like using energy-efficient lighting and water-saving fixtures.
I love that. Even small changes can make a big difference.
Right. It's all about reducing our environmental footprint.
Absolutely. And choosing salons that are committed to sustainability is a great way to support those efforts.
Totally. Okay, so the second trend they mentioned was customized lash mapping.
Ooh, tell me more about that one.
It sounds pretty high-tech.
It's actually more about artistry than technology.
Okay, so how does it work?
Basically, it involves the lash technician taking a really close look at your eye shape, your facial features, and your personal style, and then using that information to create a unique lash design just for you.
So it's like super personalized.
Super personalized, no more cookie cutter lashes.
I love that. It's all about embracing individuality.
Exactly. And I think it reflects this broader shift that we're seeing in the beauty industry as a whole.
What kind of shift?
Well, for a long time, beauty standards have been very narrow and often unattainable. And I think people are starting to push back against that.
Yeah, they're realizing that beauty comes in all shapes and sizes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think customized lash mapping is a great example of that. It's about celebrating individual beauty and creating a look that makes you feel confident and empowered.
Absolutely. And it's not just about lashes, it's about everything.
Exactly. It's about embracing what makes you unique and using beauty as a form of self-expression.
Now, speaking of pushing boundaries earlier, you mentioned textured lash looks. Can you tell me more about that trend?
Oh yeah, textured lash looks are all about creating dimension and interest.
So we're talking curls, spikes, clusters of lashes applied in different directions.
Exactly. It's a little bit more avant-garde, but it can look amazing if it's done right.
It sounds a little intimidating. Is it something that anyone can pull off?
I think the key with textured lash looks is to find a lash artist who really understands your style and can tailor the look to you.
Right. You want someone who can guide you and make sure it doesn't look too over the top.
Exactly. Because textured lash looks can range from subtle to dramatic.
So it's all about communication and finding a lash artist who you trust.
Absolutely. Lash extensions are, in a way, a form of self-expression. So you want to make sure you're working with someone who gets your vision.
That's a great point. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today. What would you say are the biggest takeaways for our listeners?
Well, I think the biggest takeaway is that the world of lash extensions is constantly evolving.
Yeah, there's always something new to discover.
Exactly. And it's so much more than just sticking some fake lashes on your eyelids. It's about artistry, it's about self-expression, and it's even about sustainability.
It's amazing how these tiny lashes can reflect such big ideas.
Right. And I think it's a reminder that beauty is everywhere, and it's something to be celebrated in all its forms.
Yeah, it makes you think like, if something as small as lashes can be this personalized and this creative, what does that mean for the rest of beauty? You know?
Right. It really does make you wonder if we're headed toward a future where, like, self-expression is more important than fitting into some mold.
I think so. I think we are moving away from those like super narrow beauty standards, and I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, I totally agree. And it's exciting to think about how this shift might extend to other areas of life.
Right. It's like if you feel good about how you look, if you feel confident and empowered in your appearance, that can translate to other areas of your life.
Yeah, totally. It's like a ripple effect.
Exactly. And, at the end of the day, it's all about owning your unique beauty, whatever that may look like to you.
So well said. And if lash extensions can play a role in that journey of self-discovery and self-love, then that's amazing.
I think it's pretty cool. It shows that even these tiny little details can have a big impact. Well, on that note, I think it's time to wrap up our deep dive into the fascinating world of lash extensions. We've covered so much today, from the basic styles and regional trends to the essential care tips and those exciting emerging trends.
We really went deep.
We did. But hopefully you're feeling inspired to explore the world of lash extensions and maybe even try something new with your look.
Exactly. And remember, the most important thing is to find a lash technician who you trust and who can help you create a look that makes you feel confident and beautiful.
So until next time, keep those lashes fabulous and keep exploring what makes you uniquely you.